Bhairav is one of Lord Shiva's manifestations or another form of Shiva. Lord Shiva is regarded as guardian of mankind, however his form Bhairav is regarded as destructive incarnation of Shiva. Pachali Bhairav is in Pachali, a place in Patan, Lalitpur at the border to Kathmandu at the banks of the holy Bagmati river. Pachali Bhairav Jatra is a reminder of a Lichavi period of the founding of the city of Kathmandu and the transfer of governance. Pachali Bhairav Jatra is held during 4th or 5th day from the start of Dasai festival. On the night before the main day, a kalash or a holy water vessel bearing the mask of Bhairav is carried to his shrine of Pachali Bhairav. People worship him with prayers, rituals and offerings of meat and alcohol and liquors. A priest accompanied by a musical procession brings an image of Shiva's son Ganesh late in the night. The kalash is then removed from the shrine and carried on the shoulders of a devotee to Darbar Square. In Darbar Square, goats and buffaloes are sacrificed to the performers dressed up as Bhairav, Kumari and other deities. Different dances of Bhairav are also performed during the event. It is said that when the Lichavi kings settled Dakshin Koligram, now the southern part of Kathmandu inner city, Pachali Bhairav temple was established as the protector or gatekeeper of the city in Teku. The annual Pachali Bhairav festival, which is celebrated with great fanfare, is believed to have been going on since Lichavi period. This procession, which takes place during Dasai, ends at Hanuman Doka in front of Kasta Mandap. Most of the chronicles explain that it was King Gunakamdev who established the worship of Pachali Bhairav. The god is very much associated, at least in Newarvi imagination, with the founding of Kathmandu because it was King Gunakamdev who is traditionally believed to have founded both the city and the festival of Bhairav. King Gunakamdev is further credited with bringing the Navadurga, starting the festival of Indra Jatra, the Lakhe dances, and so on onto Kathmandu Valley. Pachali Bhairav of Teku is said to be the counterpart of Kirati king of Farping. There are some remains of an old palace in Farping, which is believed by the locals to be the abode of Pachali Bhairav. Some also say that the second Kirati king named Pelam or Palambar was Pachali Bhairav. The Kirati king of Farping used to change his disguise every day and come to worship at Ras Tirtha of Sanepa, Patan. Ras Tirtha is situated on the banks of Bagmati. Now, there is a Pachali temple on the Bagmati side towards Kathmandu, while there is a Ras Tirtha on the exact opposite side towards Lalitpur. While coming to worship like this, one day, he met Nai Ajima in Teku Dovan. Nai Ajima was very beautiful. Pachali was moved away with her beauty. He started going around Teku Doban every day to see Ajima. Gradually, Ajima also gets attracted towards Pachali. They started walking towards the Bagmati secretly, blinding the eyes of the world. One day, they caught the eyes of the locals. Pachali Bhairav was now in trouble. He was afraid that the locals will now know that he was the king of Farping and that it would be a disgrace to his kingdom. That's why he left Nai Ajima on the road and went to hide in a secret place nearby. It is widely believed that the place where the temple of Pachali Bhairav is now is the hiding place of Kirati king of Farping. Similarly, Ajima is waiting for Pachali in the same way how Pachali left Ajima at Teku. Even now, there is a temple of Nai Ajima on the way to Teku Doban. Ajima is seen facing the opposite direction so that the people will not see where Pachali was hiding. In other words, Ajima is not facing the Pachali temple but facing the exact opposite direction. A subplot is attached to this love story of Pachali and Nai Ajima. They used to visit Teku Dovan secretly. One day, Ganesh suddenly saw them both. Bhairav is considered to be an avatar of Shiva. Ganesh was the son of Shiva. Seeing his own father walking with another girl, Ganesh narrowed his eyes and smiled. As you approach the inner city of Kathmandu from Teku Dovan, as you cross Teku Chowk and go towards Jainsideval, there is a Ganesh temple on the right at the top. This is the temple of Musuka Ganesh. Musuka Ganedya means smiling Ganesh, is also called Rudra Vinayak. In this story as well, the Kirati king of Farping, who come in disguise, falls in love with Ajima. They go and meet each other secretly. A daughter is also born to them. You may have seen the idol of Masli Devi on the side of the road outside the Pachali complex. This Masli goddess is considered as a daughter of Pachali and Nai Ajima. The story in the third edition has a triangular love story between Pachali Bhairav, Nai Ajima and another Ajima. This story is also associated with Kokana. In it, Pachali Bhairav and Nai Ajima were secretly seeing each other and there spread rumors about them. The locals started looking for Pachali to find out who the stranger is who has been wandering around their village girl. Pachali leaves Nai Ajima in Tekudovan, goes to hide in a secret place. Nai Ajima keeps waiting for Pachali, while Pachali falls in love with Lumari Ajima of Bhadrakali. The time passed, but Pachali does not come to visit Nai Ajima, so Nai Ajima begins to inquire about him. Nai Ajima finds out that Pachali has started making love with Lumari Ajima under the pretense of going into hiding. It is said that Nai Ajima was furious and turned in the opposite direction in anger. This story does not end here. As Pachali no longer cares Nai Ajima, she begins to get worried. She wails from Tekudovan to the source of Bagmati. In a deserted place, she meets a Japu. Seeing a woman walking alone crying, Japu steps forward to show his sympathy. He tries to understand her pain. Ajima tearfully tells her whole story. Japu says, "Oh goddess, don't you lament like this. You stay here from now on. No one will hurt you here. It doesn't matter who you are or how you came." It is said that this is how Ajima narrated the story while crying. So the name of the lonely place became Koya Kha Kagu Thya, meaning the place where the story is told by crying. Over time, the same name is believed to have been corrupted to Kokana. The first reference to Pachali Bhairav is an inscription from 1333 AD that was discovered in the Marusatal or Kastamandap at the center of Kathmandu. This wooden building, which marked the northern boundary of Yangal, seems to have been the royal council chamber and the temple of Pachali Bhairav. In the inscription, the god is invoked as witness to a political treaty and as a guardian of a certain funds deposited at the place to this temple. Towards the beginning of 12th century, this entire section of the city was also called Kastamandap, from which is derived the modern name of the city, Kathmandu. In 1379, King Jayasiti Malla gave this sattel to the Nath ascetic connected with the worship of Bhairav. Their descendants, the Kapalikas or Kusle Yogins, continued to live there. Every 12 years on the day of Vijayadashmi, there is a tradition of exchanging the sword of the ruling king with the sword of Pachali Bhairav. Pachali Bhairav comes here dancing in a human form, hands over his sword to the king who is on the throne and takes the sword from the king's hand. It is said that the purpose of changing the sword is that the Lichavi king handed over the rule to his successor. It is mentioned in the history that King Siva Singh Malla of 1635 to 1677 BS made a statue of Pachali Bhairav in a brass pot instead of a clay gambo. Similarly, history has shown that King Amar Malla of 1757 to 1779 BS changed the dilapidated pot. Kumari is made to stare her eyes with Pachali Bhairav directly as long as she wants. It is called Dristi Chula Kegu in the Newari language. In that sequence, there is a popular belief that Pachali Bhairav gives the power inherent in Kumari. Local says that Kumari can see Pachali Bhairav as much as she wants. It is believed that Pachali Bhairav should not be moved away from the Kumari until Kumari says it's over. Pachali Bhairav is taken away from Hanumandoka only after the approval from Kumari. Till the time of King Birendra, every 12 years, the king himself came to Kastamandap and exchanged sword with Pachali Bhairav. Gyanendra, the last king of Saha dynasty, helped to install a new statue of Pachali Bhairav after he abdicated. After the end of the monarchy, this tradition is now in dilemma. During the time of the first president Ram Varam Yadav, there was a talk about whether to exchange the sword from his hand. However, as the priest and Gutiyas of Pachali Bhairav temple did not agree, this tradition of exchanging swords between the king and Pachali Bhairav have now been stopped. Thank you.